What is going on, y'all? Back like we never left for episode 4. This is the RNS podcast. If you know, you know. We are really nobody special. We got Mel. What's going on?
Yo, what it is, what it do?
Rose, how you feeling?
You already know, man. New week, new background.
There you go. Shout out Cicely Tyson. RIP to Cicely.
None but respect
R.I.P. to Cicely Tyson.
to a legend, man.
DJ, how you feeling?
Yo, I'm good, man. What's good? Let's episode 4. Let's get it.
Hey, before we start, Mel, give us that Cicely Tyson little tidbit you gave us before we started.
Man, it's crazy to hear that she did 60 push-ups every day, all the way up to 90 something years old. To be able to do that at 90, to knock out 60 push-ups, like I can't even do 60 push-ups right now. I could probably do like 45 for you. That's about it.
Right. If I tried to just bang out 60 right now, I guarantee around 37, 38, that shoulder is getting sore as hell right now. so man,
Hey.
for her to do that at her age and to continue to do that is wild.
She had to be a beast to be doing. 96 years old, born in 1924.
Knocking out
how
60
much
push-ups.
Legend in every sense of the word right there. So RIP.
Broadway acting to being, just the prototypical aspect of what a person should be and how they should carry themselves through that time period.
Facts.
For sure. RIP, rest in peace to Cicely Tyson. Rick, I'm gonna hand it over to you this time. Usually I go with the what in the entire fuck. This time I'm gonna hand it over to you, man.
So what's going on, people? Today I have to say, what in the entire fuck is up with the media? Now, domestic violence is not an issue that is exclusive with the NFL. However, the NFL has been the leader in these headlines for the most recent past years. Whether it's been Ray Rice or Kareem Hunt, the NFL has not lacked in the headlines. Fast forward to January 26, 2020, and another player has been accused of domestic violence. Chad Wheeler of the Seattle Seahawks has been charged with felony domestic violence after this big ass 6'7", 310-pound offensive tackle allegedly choked his girlfriend until she was unconscious. When she regained consciousness, she told the police that Wheeler expressed surprise that she was still alive, according to the records obtained by ESPN. The records show that when police broke into the apartment, the two shared, the woman's face was covered in blood, her left arm was swollen, and she had fingerprints on both sides of her neck, the documents show. Now, although this was a heinous act, it was not widely reported across the media outlets. I saw Undisputed had a segment, and I saw First Take. There's been stuff in print, but for the act that happened, I feel like it should have gained it should be heard more than what it has been. How do you guys feel about that? And also, he pleaded not guilty. I feel like that shows a lack of remorse. How do you guys feel about this situation? And should the media had done more to get this story out?
I feel like the media is lacking on the coverage of this. I feel like this needs to be covered. I feel like he needs to be talked about because even when he didn't get drafted because of his injuries and off the field issues, and one of his off the field issues is another domestic case that happened in 2015, December 19th. No charges was filed against him. And he was, the police took him to the hospital, put him under protective custody, and made him go under a psychiatric evaluation. But at the same time, even if you have mental issues, it wasn't that strong for you to go get help at that time period when you did get in trouble in 2015. And you said sorry for it, but it keeps happening. I feel like the lack of coverage and for him to say the mental health is a problem, it could be, but at the same time, that does not give you the right to put your hands on a woman and to the point where she's a bloody mess and you have no empathy for her to say that, you're surprised that she's still alive. So I am very disappointed in the media coverage of this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely disappointed in the media coverage. But to me, what I'm more upset about is more so the NFL, because it really shows that because he's not as talented as a Kareem Hunt, so he's not going to get a second chance, right? But I'm not and I wasn't for Kareem Hunt getting a job, because I mean, when you do some fuck shit like this, like, you don't deserve it to make millions at your craft. I just don't. I just feel that way, especially when you do something like this and you just show no remorse. I mean, put your hands on a woman, especially in that kind of way, is unacceptable. That's just how I feel.
As as far as the second question you asked about the pleading not guilty, I've never been in any legal trouble. Let's hope that stays that way. What I've heard is it's always best to plead not guilty. Like I don't know the details about that. That's just things that I've heard. So I guess I understand why he did that. It could be not a remorse thing and just him trying to do the best legally, but it is disappointing. It's disappointing as hell that it's not talked about. And it could be because of his stature, because he's not a Kareem Hunt, he's not a Ray Rice, he's not somebody of that stature and proven in the league. It could be because nowadays it seems like we're in a society that if it's not on video, then people just don't seem to care about it. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's because he's white. I don't know. I don't know if it there's so many moving parts that either way, like those things need to be talked about. And for him to kind of put his hands on his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend and to do what he did to the extent that he did, and for it to pretty much be swept under the rug in a sense and barely talked about, that's disappointing as hell, man.
And to piggyback off what you said, Aaron, allegedly, yes, it is the best way to say not guilty when you are getting charged for something.
So yeah, so to that point, I could see why he did it. It might show no remorse, but I think he's just trying to do the best legally. Yeah. So Rick, do you have any more comments on that, or?
No, I mean, it's just unfortunate that this keeps happening. I mean, it isn't, like I said, it isn't something that's exclusive to the NFL. But it does seem like they have a problem regarding this issue. I mean, I don't know if it's harder to turn it off when you get off the field. But I don't know. I feel like more needs to be done to help these players kind of adjust to home life, because it seems like they're struggling.
I don't want to, when people say, oh, it's hard to turn it off. No, you choose to make it hard to not turn it off. Because at the end of the day, yes, football is probably the most physical contact sport there is. But at the same time, as a man, and if you're going to say that you're going to have a significant other, then you should be able to protect your significant other. You shouldn't be taking out what you do on the field on somebody that's 20 times smaller than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you at some point, you have to hold yourself accountable and say, I need to be as a man and not put my hands on a woman.
Well, and the last thing I will say is big shout out to the NFL players, because there's been several that have spoken out. Des Bryant being one that comes to mind, that, you know, he doesn't need to be back in, and, you know, it's pretty much on site if they see him. And I like that. I love that.
Yeah. One of his old teammates said, yo, I knew you from back in the day, but when I see you, like Dad said, it's on site.
It was his roommate.
Yeah. It's fuck boy doing some fuck shit. So, hey, it is what it is.
It's good to hold people accountable like that, especially if somebody like his roommate can do that and not try to defend them, because there's always those people usually always trying to defend somebody, and hey, but what about this? You don't know this about him. You don't know X, Y, and Z. No, like hold. If you care about this dude and you knew him, hold his ass accountable. Accountability.
Facts.
But moving on to over the weekend, the biggest news other than the Super Bowl that we've had over the weekend, Matt Stafford, he is finally not a Detroit Lion. I know he is the happiest man alive right now. Like somebody like Matt Stafford, I've always said it. Like the past few years, I've always said this. Matt Stafford, like, as he might be the best professional athlete that has had the least expectations. And that's only because he's on the Lions. Like he's gonna end up, like, if he stays on pace, he's gonna end up a top 7-ish in all career stats passing, as long as he keeps it up. And if you look at all the people that are gonna be in that range, all of these people are gonna have high expectations in them. Everybody, but everybody would be on him if they don't win. If they don't win or the Super Bowl, this guy can't win. If they do win, they're the GOAT. Matt Stafford is Matt Stafford because he's been on the Lions. So no, he's had zero expectations of ever winning, and nobody, and I really don't think people really have been able to appreciate him for that. And it's not his fault. So I'm glad he's in a good situation that people can finally see how good he is. They have a chance to make the playoffs every year, and he finally has a chance to do something, not just be 5-11 every week season and throw for 4,500 yards or whatever he does. So to get into the trade details, 2 first-round picks, a third, and the Rams quarterback Jared Goff. So do you think for the Rams that Matt Stafford was worth the amount that they gave up? Let's start with Jamel.
I definitely feel they gave up a lot, but what they're trying to achieve, if you're trying to say that you have a squad that's Super Bowl ready right now, I feel like then you have to give up what you need for that guy, for your squad. And Matthew Stafford, let's be honest, he's better than Jared Goff. If you look at the stat line, it's not too much difference. But if we're going to say in the game time scenario, you would rather have Matthew Stafford than Jared Goff. And I feel like what Matthew Stafford can bring to that team is way better than what Jared Goff, what his skill set can bring. Oh, and the last thing is you won't have to, the head coach might, he won't have to be in Matthew Stafford the whole entire time to read him the defense and tell him what's the best play to go with.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely like the trade. They give up a hell of a lot, but I like the trade. It's time for people to like include. I'm one of those people who really like Matt Stafford. He's hella talented, right? But all right, motherfucker, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Now, what are you? Because you got a squad now. You got a real defense. You got real receivers. You got a real coach. And not only that, but shout out to Matt Stafford for being for him being like the one great Lion to not have his career wasted by them. He's the lucky one who actually was able to get the fuck out. So shout out Matt Stafford and congratulations to you for that.
Yeah, first of all, the Detroit Lions have ruined 2 all-time players' careers, and Barry Sanders made him retire 10 years in, and they were so bad with Megatron that he looked at that situation and was like, yeah, that Barry Sanders was smart. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. And 10 years in, he retired as well. So shout out to Matt Stafford for being able to get out of that situation. Like you said, it's going to be put up or shut up time. For what the Rams gave up, it's Super Bowl or bust. I mean, if they don't reach the Super Bowl, this was a horrible decision. Anytime in the next 5 years, because I believe he's 32 years old, so he's still pretty young. He has a slight history in injuries. But I mean, 45,109 yards passing for his career, with 282 touchdowns and 144 interceptions. I mean, to be able to get a player like that in a trade is unheard of and unprecedented in NFL. I don't think that's ever happened in NFL history, and you'll probably never see that again. Well.
Pump the brakes. Because I think things are different now.
Well, yeah. I may have spoke too soon on that.
Yeah, last year, if you're looking at the NBA players, like, hey, look, that shit look like it's fun over there. I'm about that.
If I'd have said that last year, it'd have been true. But for this year, I'll hold on saying that. But yeah, I'm gonna say maybe they did.
Hey,
This
just to give
isn't hell
y'all.
yeah, hell no, by the way. So I'm gonna say maybe they did give up a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's tough, but you got to put up or shut up. You're right.
Yo,
And I don't think it's a failure if they don't make a Super Bowl. I think they got to get to at least 2 to 3 NFC championships.
They have no first round picks. It's a failure.
But they only had, it's going to be only 2022, 23, and then 24 they'll be able, and Matthew Stafford will still be there when they get the pick.
Wow.
And I was just going to say, the funny thing of, as much as we're talking about Matthew Stafford, I can't kill Jared Goff too bad, because if you compare their stats, it goes Jared Goff completion percentage 370, Matthew Stafford 339, yards per attempt, Jared Goff 67, Matthew Stafford 64, yards, Jared Goff 3,952, Matthew Stafford 4,084. TDs, Jared Goff 20 TDs, Matthew Stafford 26, interceptions, Matthew Stafford had 10, and Jared Goff had 13. So they're not too different stat wise this
Is
year.
that this? Yeah. So that's this season.
This is that season.
I do think.
Look at the situations, though.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
completely agree.
I think that has a lot to do with it, and I think you put Stafford with Sean McVay and the play calling he has. I think that boosts his completion percentage and things like that up. He's got to get a lot of easier throws.
I'm not saying that they're same. I'm just saying that Jared Goff isn't like a bum. You know what I'm saying? He isn't.
No. I don't think he's a bum.
I feel like he's a good quarterback. I will put him in the same category as Alex Smith. You ain't a world breaker, but you ain't gonna do a dumb play that's gonna make us lose the game.
Hey, I'm not an Alex Smith fan. You know this.
Oh yeah.
I'm not you know this. Don't disrespect Alex Smith like that.
So before we go on, I'm kind of with you there. Like Goff's good, but then he has a lot of games where he looks like shit too, though.
Alex Smith was on that Rams team.
But to go on, I think Matt Stafford is worth what they gave up. For the Rams, they really didn't have much of a choice. To me, they're kind of booked, and they're kind of booked as far as money. They don't have that much money to get. If they want to make a splash, they got to make a trade. And it's one of those things. Hey, they feel like they have a chance to make the Super Bowl. Let's go for it right now. So I think Matt Stafford is head and shoulders above Jared Goff, as good or not good as we might think Jared Goff is. I think Jared Goff is solid, but I think Matt Stafford is head and shoulders above him.
Oh yeah, completely agree.
So you give him his weapons, you give him his defense, you give him Sean McVay's play calling, you get that whole offense. I think the Rams are going to be scary. They got Cam Akers, who had a great end of this season, so he's probably going to have a solid year running the ball next year. If they can shore up that offensive line, they'll be scary. They'll be scary, and they have a core right now, and everybody's paid where they don't have to use more money, but they just have to take advantage of the lack of salary cap they have right now.
So tell me, what makes this a winning situation for the Rams?
For
if it
me,
is a Super Bowl or bust, what makes this a winning situation for the Rams? Like they won this trade if this happens.
For me, I do think that it will have to be judged on, at least, like DJ said, it kind of mix between you guys, a mix between going to multiple conference championships, but at the same time, they've been to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. So they have, I think you have to kind of justify it on whether they either go to the Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl.
So look, it also like this. Say they stay on track. Say they just stay on course and they don't make an NFC championship, get to the second round maybe once or twice. But Jared Goff completely falls apart. They still win the trade.
I
feel like he fell the fuck apart without the coach.
I feel like the way they can win this trade. I was just gonna say the way they can win the trade is if they get to, not saying if they win the Super Bowl, but if they get to the Super Bowl and how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl, And for Sean McVay to go twice at the age he is, they won that trade. Because how many people have given up a ton of picks and never make it to the Super Bowl or even get to the playoffs or conference championship?
All I'm saying is, and they're not going to have another first round pick until 2023. So I mean, even if Jared Goff falls off and they only making it to the first or second round, you guys just gave up all your draft capital. You also gave up a first round pick for Jalen Ramsey, a fourth round pick for Jalen Ramsey, and a fifth round pick for Austin Corbett. So
you have Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
I mean, at key positions in their primes.
What does that matter if you don't win?
Cool.
They do win when they had Jared Goff, and you didn't have to give up a single player on defense. You still have Aaron Donald, and you just said Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was what, a pick?
Those are the
top
four.
I agree, but I'm saying, but it doesn't matter if you're getting bounced out in the first or second round. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm going off of that. I'm saying for this to be a win, they need to make it to the Super Bowl, because it don't matter. You got all these great players and your ass sitting at home every damn year. That's what the Cowboys made it to the first round.
So you felt like bringing up the Cowboys? Why, sir?
They have great players, and they have to get bounced out in the first round. That's why I felt like bringing them up. And
that was also, but that was like 3 years ago though.
All right. At the same time you say that, but the Rams did win a playoff game in the wild card and beat the Seahawks. Now, if they had Matthew Stafford, how are they going to do against the Packers? Because the Packers whooped them. I'm just saying, if you look at it,
I agree, but that's what I'm saying. It has to happen. I'm saying for them to win, they have to make it to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you, Rick. All I'm saying is, when you look at them and with the players that they have, adding Matthew Stafford makes them good because they're already going to the playoffs at a consistent level. They already have a defense. All they need is a quarterback. That's it.
Hey, before we go forward, I'm glad this happened, because this pretty much proves my point of the initial point. This man has zero expectations, and now we're arguing about how he needs to win the Super Bowl. I love it, because you say this last week, nobody would have had this argument about Matt Stafford needs to win the Super Bowl. Nobody
You're right.
That's what, you know what I'm saying? No, like, if you're on the Lions, no, like, it's just what it is. You're expected to go 8-8 at best. That's your expectation. It doesn't matter how many stats you get. It doesn't matter what your numbers are. You're on the Detroit Lions. You're not going to win. We understand that, and that is cool. But so now that he's on the Rams, it's good. And now this conversation to see, because we see a good quarterback in a good situation, and now he could finally have these conversations about somebody as good as him. So I'm glad he's in the situation.
Yeah, I got dark humor, so I ain't gonna say what I was thinking. So yeah,
please don't. Please don't.
I'm glad he got out. I'm glad he got out.
Look, it seems like you got black Air Force Ones on right now with the Scully on. Like you got no good intentions, bro.
Black Air Forces, white bottoms.
Scammer activity right now.
Still black Air Forces on there. Majority black on there.
All right, so with this conversation about, is Stafford worth the amount they gave up? How much is a team gonna have to give up for Deshaun Watson if they want him? Mind you, there's been different things going out saying that this trade, the Stafford trade, isn't gonna affect the Deshaun Watson trade. That's what they've been saying. I can't see that. I can't see that happening. I can't see it not affecting. I can't see it not affecting. So
I feel like first 3 seconds. And maybe a fourth.
And if I'm the other team, I'm saying you bugging. I'll give you 2 firsts and a second. I'm not giving you 3.
For Deshaun Watson,
I'm giving you 2 first rounds and a second round pick.
I'm just saying, he's how old is he? 20 he's 25 years old.
He's 25. That's what I'm saying. So I said 3 and 3
before he's even hit his prime for real.
Yeah, that's
and he's already just had a 4,823 yard passing year with 33 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. He's 25 years old.
It's gonna take 3 and 3.
Who did he have on
3
the Texans?
firsts and 3 seconds.
If there was a picture, I'm sorry, but if there was a picture next to the definition of carrying the team on your back, though, it'd be him. this season.
And Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
And Greg Jennings.
But so I've seen different things, which this makes the most sense to me as far as all the different things I've seen. Apparently, according to sources, they say the Texans would like 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and multiple defensive starters.
Told you 3-3.
Okay,
To-
you was right on the
keep
3
your
on 3.
To keep your team intact and not say, okay, look, I ain't gonna give you none of my defensive studs, but I'll give you 3-3 though.
Just like I'm just thinking, like whatever
3-3.
team that gives them up, they gotta be set. For me, I still feel like the team that could do it and probably wouldn't be hurt too bad, the 49ers, man. I want to see Deshaun Watson go to the 49ers. I feel like that'd be the best system for him with Kyle Shanahan. Come on, bro.
Man, although they have literally fucked over every black quarterback in existence since the history of the NFL. God, I hope he goes to the Washington football team.
No.
Hail to the football team. Hail victory.
Hey, nobody.
Braves on the warpath. Fight for old Ashburn and Landover, Maryland.
All I'm saying is
Nobody's going to the damn the team. Nobody's going to the team.
He coming to the team.
Listen
like,
to
nah,
me real
I don't
quick.
know.
Let me just make my case real quick. They have a solid defense.
Great defense, not solid. Talk to him, Rick.
Right,
Great defense. Talk to him, Rick. I want to hear this.
Great defense.
Top tier defense.
What else?
Also, the Redskins are the team.
Football team.
I'm sorry. Watch the football team. They'll give up whatever for this man. They will move hell and high water for this man.
Facts.
The owner will make sure that he's set up, nice and pretty, and we'll spend whatever we need to spend on some weapons for his ass.
Even if it's more than they need.
And Coach Riviera got that team playing. Coach Riviera got that team playing right now.
Yes, sir.
You know what they would do? They would get rid of half their fucking defensive line that makes them so great to get rid of Deshaun Watson. That's what they would do.
Here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. Before you get to this, all right, well, Mel, you could go.
No, I was just gonna say, knowing y'all team, the football team, y'all will probably get rid of most of your offensive line, and how RG3 just got battered and bashed. That's gonna happen to Deshaun Watson with y'all.
Okay, well, if that happened, one, he's in comfortable territory. That's what happens to him every week. So
Nothing's changed.
Two, to DJ's point, if they make a trade, the good thing about having a deep defensive line, they would probably have to trade one of these guys. Eventually, they probably are going to have to trade one of these guys anyways, because you're not going to be able to have this stack of a defensive line and pay all these guys.
But
so
you're still going to be able to keep some of them.
Exactly. You're still and still have a great line. But to Jamel's point, everybody's talking about the Niners. I love it. Like it sounds good. It sounds good, and that would be great. But the thing that makes Deshaun so great is kind of the opposite of Shanahan's offense, right? Deshaun makes a lot of off schedule plays, a lot of stuff running after breaking tackles. Kind of Kyle Shanahan stuff is kind of quick reads, stay in the pocket. Like there's some movement over it, but it's not as off schedule as Deshaun is. I know Deshaun would still make it look great and he'd have that solid defense, but it's to be the same thing as a football team. They'd still have to give up some of their defensive players too.
Yeah. Yo, Aaron, I hear what you're saying, but is it he does those off schedule plays because that's what he does, or he does that because he has to because Houston Texans are trash?
Both. But it is more the offensive line, like to your point.
Yeah, because what I see with Deshaun Watson, I see him as a complete quarterback. He isn't the fastest, but he's still fast. He isn't the most accurate quarterback in the league, but he's almost right there. You know what I'm saying? Like we know for a fact he's top 5, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
I really want him to go to Miami, and I really do not want him to go to Chicago. I don't want Chicago to get him because they should already have him. They should already have him in the fucking draft. And you chose to go with Trubisky, who was in the same fucking conference, and he's beating fucking Alabama, but you chose to go fucking Trubisky. No, you deserve what you got.
No, the Bears
deserve
deserve
what they-
everything they got because they could have got
deserve what
Deshaun
the
Watson or Patrick Mahomes. You had two.
No. I don't blame anybody for Patrick Mahomes because nobody really thought Patrick Mahomes was going to be like this.
Bro,
but I knew Deshaun was going to be this.
Look, I told you about Patrick Mahomes back in the day. I said, bro, we're not going to see another quarterback like that. And you said, what makes him so special? I said, for somebody that can roll out and throw that football 60 yards with a flick of a wrist and it goes into the end zone, how many people could do that? And the only person we came up with at that moment was Aaron Rodgers. In college, he's doing that, and he went to Texas A&M. That's moral.
Oh, I was going to say, and before anyone gets excited, including the Texans.
Tech.
Oh, yeah. My fault. Texas Tech.
Dude still has a no-trade clause.
Right.
So
when it comes down to it.
So we know he ain't going to the Washington football team.
No, we don't know that.
Yeah, I was going to say, we actually don't know that, but it just, all we know is it's preference. That's what we know. We don't know.
What I heard, the preference that I heard, the one team that he does like, I was surprised, was the Jets.
The Jets, I've heard that too.
Yeah, the Jets. And I know I've heard people saying that the Dolphins might be able to take a run at him.
I heard the three teams that I heard was the Jets, the Dolphins, and Jacksonville. They said Jacksonville can easily swap out their first round pick.
Yeah.
Houston still gets Trevor Lawrence.
Look, if I'm Urban Meyer, hey, let me get fucking Deshaun. Yeah. I love, and I'm big on Trevor Lawrence. Let me get fucking Deshaun because I already know what I'm getting.
If I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm looking at that.
If I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm not. That's not my preference. Look.
I ain't got nothing to do with the fuck this nigga doing over here. I tell you this, I ain't got nothing to do with the fuck he doing over there. He's obviously going to do some shady shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just know he's going to collect wins. He's going to do some shady shit, yes. But as a USC fan, I wanted Urban Meyer, even though I know it's going to cost us some backlash in 45 years. We're going to get a chip in too.
Does anyone even care what the NCAA has to say anymore? Like, the champions are the champions, the Heisman Trophy winners are the Heisman
because
Trophy winners.
They really need to do a movie or 30 for 30 on that Florida team, bro. Like, there has to be a documentary about that where, like, you have Tim Tebow as your quarterback, but you have murderers. Like, they'd be like, oh, how bad? It's like, no, there was legit murderers.
Bodies.
41 out of the 100 something players have all been locked up since that 2008 championship squad.
And your quarterback was Tim Tebow. Like, how does that all work together?
It's a crazy dynamic. But let's not get too carried away.
Okay, I'm not gonna get too carried away. But back to what DJ said. I do agree with DJ. Urban Meyer's his first 2 years, he might get you a chip because he's done it at every place he went to. He has won.
If I'm
the NCAA,
then the NCAA he'll do it in 2 years. Yeah,
but he's also like he's a different he's like a pro. I feel like he was a professional coaching college kids. That's how I felt about him.
And the other reason I say the other reason I say that he's a good coach because if you look at when Urban Meyers was there for Ohio State had a ton of first round picks that year.
Oh yeah, he's a great coach. That's what he does.
And not only that,
he's gonna get there.
Draft picks are going to be so. That's why he took that job because they have a lot of draft picks and he knows personnel. But when you do start drafting people, he's gonna know. He knows personnel like that because he was in the college game for so long.
I mean, yeah, but Nick Saban coached in the NFL. Like that shit.
Nick Saban's whole thing.
Translate.
Yeah. Pete Carroll was a shitty NFL coach till he got Russell Wilson. You got to get the right quarterback. We don't know what Nick Saban could have done had he got Drew Brees.
I was about to say that, because he wanted Drew Brees and they didn't get it, and he left
because they said no, Drew Brees' medical ain't good. Look at fucking now.
This was about Deshaun Watson. We got somehow to Nick Saban. So let's get back to where we were before we move on. Do y'all think a trade's gonna happen? Do you guys think, just yes or no? Is this the last time we see Deshaun Watson at Texas?
Oh yeah, he's done.
Yes. He's done. He's done.
If he says he's done, Deshaun's done. I don't see him playing again.
He said he wasn't suiting up, so he's done.
And he has all the leverage.
Yeah, he has all the leverage. I think he's ready to hold out too. So, moving on. let's go. Hell yeah or hell nah. By now, I don't need to explain what's going on. Let's just get to the topic. So, first
Hey
off,
Rick, what did you say last time? What you gotta say with your chest, right?
Say it with your motherfucking chest.
stamp that. So, number one, we all saw Nick Stutter Stanley Sirianni on the new Eagles coach on the presser. Was his presser somehow worse than Dan Campbell's?
Man,
Hell yeah,
no.
hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. It don't get no worse than biting kneecaps. Well, it could get worse. But stuttering does not look. I just think some people are uncomfortable talking about people that they're uncomfortable around, right? So he's around reporters. He's probably comfortable talking to a team of football people.
I hope he
But
is.
but if not, that's what the fuck you got coordinators for. His job is to manage everything. I'm cool with that. He ain't talking about doing something that can't be done. So yeah, no, ain't no way, hell no.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say hell yeah, cause you in Philly. You can't be doing that shit in Philly. Come up like stuttering Stan in Philly. That shit ain't gonna work. On top of the fact, the Eagles are in a bad situation as it is. I mean, my man Dan Campbell came up like he was coked out, but Nick Sirianni, he looked doped up. So yeah, I'm gonna say hell yeah.
I'm gonna say hell yeah, because at least with Dan Campbell, he was confident, like he's ready to bite somebody's kneecap. If that's what you want to do, like he was confident in it. Like we are going to bite your kneecap.
Your coach just had some fucking bad sauce and shit.
We will get hit and we will bite you back. Like, hey, that's confidence. We might not know what the hell he was talking about, but if that's your first impression, he meant what he said. He was confident. Sirianni over here, it looked like his whole thing was just he had it written in a script the whole time on a paper, but then that paper wasn't there. He had no idea what to say. He was stuttered. It just wasn't a good first impression. It wasn't a good first impression. Dan Campbell's, he at least had a lot of intangibles that were showed in his first impression. This dude just looked like they hired this guy. Mel.
I'm agree with y'all. Hell yeah. Like, dude, how can you be my head coach and you nervous? DJ, you said he nervous to talk to the media, but what are you gonna do when you got grown man waiting for you to tell us, all right, I want you to run into the next person, but you can't even hold a press conference and you stuttering. Like, so you telling me you're gonna be able to tell me the plays and what playbooks I need to do, but when it comes to a press conference, you nervous? Dan Campbell.
All right, guys. We're gonna go shotgun trips.
In the first and DJ, DJ gonna say, "Coach, shut the hell up!" Like I got it.
Right.
Like, come on, stop it. Like with Dan Campbell, shut the fuck up. Yeah, with Dan Campbell, at least when he go out there, he ready. If you ain't gonna put the pads on, he gonna put the pads on. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was able to, he would put the pads on. I'm not saying that if I had to pick between the two, they was like, Jamil, I got a gun to your head, pick one. Dan Campbell all day.
I'm biting kneecaps.
I'm biting kneecaps, bro. I'm biting kneecaps and all.
I'm biting the first kneecap I see.
He may have been wrong, but he was confident in his wrongness.
like the great red words of what Rick said. At least Dan Cable can say it with his chest. You know what I'm saying? He can say it with his chest.
All right. So next one. We've all seen. We all know how they be fooling around on Inside the NBA on TNT. Shaq, Chuck, there's some fools, but Shaq lately kind of been getting Chuck a little bit too, but it's kind of been primarily Shaq. He's been getting on a whole bunch of players. The biggest one to me was him, the whole Donovan Mitchell post-game interview last week where Donovan Mitchell, I'm gonna be honest with you, you ain't shit. How do you feel about that? That's basically what he said. Like that's basically what he said. But and then there was a whole backlash about that. KD got on some IG comments. LeBron were on him. A bunch of people. Jazz were backing up Donovan Mitchell. Do you guys think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms?
I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towards these criticisms. I think the NBA players are acting too soft towar
Me? No. Hell nah. Just because like I feel like the OG niggas feel like they can say whatever they want to say. Like Shaq's like, I got G14 classification to say what the fuck I say. Like, nigga, and I got motherfucking G16 classification to clap back at your ass if I don't like what the fuck I hear. Like, I don't think it's sensitive to be like, okay, you say something about me. Okay, well, motherfucker, I don't agree. Like, I feel like the old niggas is just like, if you don't agree with them just because they done it, then you're soft, you're weak just because I clap back at you. But I don't know. I side with the new ball players right now.
I say hell nah for the same reason. Like Shaq expects everybody to be Shaq. Nobody, like, there's no other Shaqs. You know what I'm saying? So like he'll get on every big man because they can't do what he done. Like everybody is like you're different. And then yeah, and like no, I don't think people are soft. Like I think some of them sometimes Shaq and some other media. I think some of these dudes are just haters like a lot of times. And we all like whether it's basketball, whether it's music, like it's always this back when it's that whole back when I walked to school or back when I was in school, I had to walk 3,000 miles to the bus. It's that mentality. It's that everything we did in the past was better than what you did. So there's never proper credit to me, in my opinion.
I'm gonna go with hell nah. Like I agree with all what everybody says so far. Is they are saying some hating ass shit. Like let's call it what it is. Like how can you keep saying, oh, they don't do it right, but at the same time you ain't giving real critique of the players.
Right? There's none. It's just you can't.
You just say, oh, they can't do this. Okay, what could they do better to make their game better? And then when you do interviews with certain players, like you don't even know you don't know their name.
You don't even know their names, shit like that.
Like, so you're not doing the research and you're not really paying attention to the game. You're only paying attention to players that have big names. So now you're a casual. You're not an analyst. You're a casual analyst at that point.
Christian Wood called him one.
Right. Because he wasn't lying. Rick, what you got?
Yeah, I'll just say hell nah. I mean, yeah, I get clapping back and everything, especially in this situation. I will say Shaq definitely, like, during his playing career, he got, dumped on by the other big men or whatever. They didn't make it easy on him when he came in. So I get kind of how he is with other players, especially other big men. He holds them to a higher standard. But yeah, I'm gonna say hell nah.
Before we go to the next question, Shaq too big to hate as much as he is. Like what? like you are huge. What do you like? What you got to be so? You got to hate for him.
And he's sensitive himself.
That's what I'm saying.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, he was sensitive when he played.
Because as soon as Chuck,
as soon as Chuck say anything,
so I got 4 rings. You'll never get one of these.
Google me, Chuck. Google me.
But then and then Chuck will be quick. He said, "Yeah, your fat ass couldn't win them rings without Kobe and D-Wade." Yeah,
just to egg it on. So
and he'd be like, "Yeah, if I had
Shaq
D-Wade
got 4
and Kobe,
chips, he's on every other low budget commercial you see. Like, nigga, you good over here,
right?
Yeah.
You cake it,
right? Go and get your taxes done. Get some gold bond and some icy hot on. You good? You good right now?
And talk to the general. You straight.
talk to the general. Stay some time.
Drive off in a Buick that you can't fit in.
Right.
Hell yeah. He go recline to see. Yeah, I can fit too. No, you cannot, nigga. You look uncomfortable.
So the last one. I know you guys seen the game last night. Lakers, Hawks. LeBron got into a little spat with a wife and husband that looked like a father-daughter thing that LeBron said. She got the name Courtside Karen, so we're just gonna stick with that. Should Courtside Karen have been kicked out of the game last night?
Hell nah. I'm going off of what LeBron said earlier. He said that it got blown out of proportion, and she should have just let Bron and the husband should have been, barking, she could have just, not blown it out of proportion, sitting up and, pointing, and it wouldn't have been that big of an issue.
Rick, before you say anything, I am ready to hit this leave button.
DJ, go ahead, DJ.
Look,
Yo, Aaron, my hand is on the button too. My hand's on the button.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an accident. My fault.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say is hell no. One, I don't know why the game had to stop. Like, I don't get why the game had to stop because this happened. Like, they stopped everything. Like, they stopped everything about the game. You know what I'm saying? Russ was getting called a nigga on the court, but they kept playing.
But wasn't Russ just chilling on the sideline too? He wasn't on the court when he was called that.
But he's about to go in the stands and and really give hands, and they still playing. So what the fuck? Like I don't know why the game had to stop because of this. That's my whole issue. But other than that, hell no, she shouldn't deserve to get kicked out. Rick, don't say nothing crazy.
Hey, hell nah. I'm gonna say that I agree with DJ too, man. I don't understand why the game had to stop. Like some of the best moments in NBA history are like, you know, Spike Lee chirping at one of the superstars or Jack Nicklaus for the Lakers. Like that's Drake. Like those are some of the best moments in the NBA is when you got fans chirping. She shouldn't have been thrown out. She shouldn't have been talking. That's all I will say. Hell no.
I say hell nah, but DJ, to your point, I think the game stopped just because there's like it was probably obvious enough just because
there's 7 people in the stand.
Yeah, exactly. There's it was her husband, probably 5 more people at the game, so things were just louder. But
yo, shout out to Rick for being a bigger person.
Thank you, Rick. We know what you want to say.
I decided not to give the IG model the time of day.
Look at you growing up and being a bigger person. Look at you, bro.
Proud of you, Rick.
It's
Leave.
It's very hard.
The topic is why we can before we give him a chance.
Expeditiously.
Let's move on.
DJ's like, yo, quit poking the bear, bro. Like,
right.
let's just move.
Right. Let's not poke the bear. Let's move on. Let's end this up. The top 5 draft. So this week's topic for the top 5 movie soundtracks. So we're gonna switch it up. Not sports this week, gotta switch it up. Hopefully, the more we go, we have some more variety. So this is the start of that. Top 5 movie soundtracks. So I have the first pick. DJ has the second. Jamel has the third, and Rick has the fourth. Rick, when you come back, you'll have 2, and then that'll start the second round. Is everybody ready?
Red eye.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. So I forgot I had the first pick. So
oh shit.
I'm gonna go Save the Last Dance.
Okay.
Strong.
Okay.
Low key. Let me go Bad Boys 2.
Oh, you would go. You heard Rick right there.
I was hoping.
Boys 2.
I was like I didn't think it would, but I was hoping it would come back to me. I didn't think it would. But
that's a classic.
So Jamel, you got third.
Black Panther. I was so surprised that was still there.
I thought he was gonna take Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna take that.
So Rick, you got 2.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Above the Rim.
Okay.
And
I have that on my list.
And for my next one, I don't think anyone's gonna take this one, but I'm gonna take it anyway. It's new one, Queen of Slim.
Okay.
I never heard that one, so I don't know.
It's a good one.
It got a little baby on there, so it's up there. That's all I know.
Slim one is tough.
All I know is it got a little baby, so it's definitely worth it's worth a high draft.
And it got I got Earth Gang and all that on there. Dreamville.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard the soundtrack. I just know the one Catch the Sun song by Lil Babies. I was just messing around. So Jamel, is your pick?
I'm gonna go with an old school classic, Purple Rain soundtrack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obvious one there.
Hey, I got an old soul sometimes.
All right, I'm bringing back to saying when we was young. Let me get that Space Jam though. Get that Space Jam.
I had that on my list.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. Well, no,
Don't get me.
All
I
right.
know I feel you gonna get me.
There's good picks here, but I'm gonna go Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
bro.
I'm gonna go Get Rich or Die Trying, and then I'm only gonna pick this one now because I don't know, because I feel like one of y'all will take it, but I'm gonna get it now. Roll bounce.
Okay. God.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my Nutty Professor.
Not too bad.
Nutty Professor DJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Jamel, your pick.
Man. I'm surprised it's still here. The Belly soundtrack, bro.
Okay.
Man.
That intro, man. That intro is so crazy.
Hey,
every time I see the video of that intro, that's the hardest movie intro.
Hey, tell me if I'm lying. Everybody that walked into a house party, you felt like Belly.
You felt like that.
You felt like Belly when you walked in the house party.
right.
You like, yeah.
All
What's up?
All right, Rick, your pick. You got two.
I'm taking the white boy, 8 Mile.
Damn.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have to go Too Fast, Too Furious.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a slept on one. I had that soundtrack.
I forgot about that one. Okay. Jamel.
Shit. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna show my age on this one. I'm gonna go with Boomerang.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember the soundtrack on Boomerang. I've seen it. I don't remember the soundtrack.
Bro, I don't even think he was born yet.
I wasn't. Like I said, I've seen the movie.
Oh yeah, no. I was just, but no, they got some classics on there. Like if you pull it back, it's more of like, you know, when you be having your, you know, your meet and greets, Aaron.
DJ's your pick.
Juice, nigga.
I was in Juice with Tupac Shakur. Okay.
Hey, DJ definitely said that one with his chest, bro.
DJ was waiting about 3 rounds for that. I can tell.
He's like, nobody better not take this one.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
didn't almost get that one out.
So, all right. So I got I got the end of the 4th round, and then I got 2 picks in a row. So I'm gonna start the last round. I'm gonna go straight out of Compton. And then that was 2's taken. Love and Basketball.
Damn it, got me.
Oh, you got love. Man.
DJ, your pick.
Yeah, you got me on that one. To
Got me
keep
too.
it, yeah, to keep it fast. Let me go with. We'll go back. Let me go Men in Black.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
It might be. Mel.
I'm surprised this lasted this long. Hustle and Flow.
I was
hard
thinking
out here. It's hard out here for a pimp, baby. It's hard out here for a pimp.
I was thinking about that one, but like
Pimp
all
name
I was,
slip back.
That was it.
but I was thinking about it, but then
That's a
the
good
only
one.
one I could think of at the time was
Whoop
it's
that
only
trick.
hard out here for a trick. Yeah, and whoop. So Rick,
That's a good
last
one.
pick.
I got the last pick, and then it's done.
Yeah, this is done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just want to give a whatchamacallit shout out to Boys in the Hood. I'm not gonna pick that one, but yeah, it was definitely on the list. But I have to go because I loved it when I watched the movie Creed 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
That
That's a good
soundtrack
one.
was hard.
And you got that Meek track on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one right there puts it on a high level.
Man, they got so many. They got, so many left off. Brown Sugar was left off.
Yeah.
I
There's a lot
had
of
Brown
good
Sugar in
ones.
my head, and I forgot about it today.
All the Fridays were left off.
That's what I
Yeah.
say. Nobody forgot. I would say nobody.
What is it? American Gangster was left off.
American Gangster.
Oh my God, I forget that one.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Left a lot.
There was it. The Suicide Squad album was left
Suicide
off.
Squad was good.
Love Jones,
Love Jones. The
New
Wiz was
Jack
left.
City,
The Wiz was left off too.
Soul Food. That's a classic.
Soul Food was a good one.
Oh, Jamel, how high?
Oh, bro.
Yeah,
How high was
Love
on my
Jones,
list?
how
How high
high?
was on my list? How high was on my
Come
list?
Jamel, between me and you. Damn.
Yo, did anybody say New Jack City?
I
Nope,
said that one
New
got
Jack-
left off.
New Jack City got left off too.
Rush Hour. We forgot about Rush Hour.
Rush
Rush
Hour
Hour 1, 2, and 3.
would have a bunch of Michael Jackson songs on there.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, if we're being honest, Lion King
Oh,
On the low.
Yeah.
on the
Hey.
low.
Hey.
That's on the high.
that's high
Yeah.
key. But then I was gonna say on the low soundtrack that was heavy was Aladdin.
I think I was about to say once he said Lion King, I was like Aladdin was because me
Yo,
and Demi
a whole new
shout out,
world.
wifey. We just
A
watched
whole new world. Aladdin.
Hey,
Aladdin
when you with your
Hey,
wifey, yo, you
hey,
definitely gonna see a whole
if
new
we're
world.
if we're going like those movies, Mulan soundtrack bang too.
Hey,
Line soundtrack
Yo.
was tough.
I just saw the new Mulan. That shit was tough.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll see it. Another one, Rugrats in Paris.
Yes.
The song with Maya.
Maya was so sexy.
Take me
oh,
there.
Maya and
God damn.
Mace.
Wanna go there.
I
Take
wanted to
me
go there so bad when I was a kid. I didn't know where it was, but I wanted to go.
Hey, I think
Right.
everybody wanted to go there, bro.
I'm trying to think of some other ones that were on my list. Man, I had so the whole time we were thinking about this, I had Brown Sugar in my head, and I can't believe I forgot about it tonight.
I can't believe I
Yo.
forgot about Brown Sugar.
Yo, hold on. Did anybody say The Wood?
The Wood, that's
The
another
Wood.
one.
The Wood.
That's a great
That's one of
one.
my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Classic. So there, and I feel like
From North
we just
Carolina.
we show like how tough certain like albums or like for movies they can be heavy.
hmm
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not come as prepared as I thought. I mean, coming to America. I don't
Coming
think
to
anyone said
America.
that
Oh
one.
yeah.
We
Back
haven't
in
even
the
mentioned
day.
Coming to America.
Harlem Nights. Harlem
Yeah.
Nights.
Yo, Harlem Nights. I that's probably my favorite movie all time.
Yeah. Like back in the day, them soundtracks used to hit. Like now, like they still hit, but like you know what I'm saying? Like they used to hit back in the day.
Oh nah, yo, when you said that Bad Boys 2 soundtrack,
Man.
album, bro, that
Nigga,
was
I
that
ain't think
PD
you was gonna have
crack
that
on that
one.
joint? That flip
Yo.
side?
what is it?
Ooh.
Wasn't Shake Your Tail Feather was on that
Shake Your
joint?
Tail Feather was like the
Yeah.
song of Bad Boys 2.
That-
Yeah.
That was
the
the song of
That
the
was
summer.
I was about to say, that was the song of the summer. So like,
Mhm.
and that's why Too Fast Too Furious is a good one, because
It was a
Act the
summer
Fool
joint.
Ludacris, that was
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a huge song. That was a huge
Yeah.
song when that came
Yo,
out.
really? Like
that was
I had
big,
that
big.
soundtrack. You can listen to that soundtrack all the way through and
Yeah.
not skip nothing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
I would
no,
say
it's-
the last good movie soundtrack was Black Panther. Me
Black
personally.
Panther, Black Panther ones.
Yeah.
Well,
Yo,
that
shout
Creed
out-
on my
2.
list.
Creed 2
That
was
was on my
tough.
Oh
list.
yeah, Creed 2. Let me not forget about Creed 2.
Yeah, Creed 2 was tough, man.
All right, so-
I love that soundtrack.
All
Oh,
right,
and
so
Queen of
that's-
Slim. I'm sorry, but yeah,
All
go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. So I'm just gonna wrap this up. So for me, I have Save the Last Dance, Get Rich or Die Trying, Roll Bounce, Straight Outta Compton, and Love and Basketball. DJ has Bad Boys 2, Space Jam, Nutty Professor, Juice, and Men in Black. Jamel has Black Panther, Purple Rain, Belly, Boomerang, and Hustle and Flow. Rick has Above the Rim, Queen and Slim, 8 Mile, Too Fast, Too Furious, and Creed 2.
You could tell all of us are hip hop fans.
Right. When it comes to
I don't think that was any
Yeah.
surprise. I don't think
Not
they
at
expected
all.
classical.
Hey, I had to throw Purple Rain and Boomerang.
Yeah, Purple Rain,
Hey,
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain story. So we in summer league, right? Nigga shooting the free throw. He got the little Jerry curl looking shit. He shoot the free throw. I fucked his head up. He said, he boom. Hey, why this little Purple Rain ass nigga over here shooting free throws? So I start singing Purple Rain while he's at the free throw line shooting free throws. Purple Rain, clank.
Hey, you better be happy in Charlie
Rain,
Murphy for you, bro.
clank.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you
right,
better be
yeah.
happy in turning you
Yeah.
turning to Charlie Murphy.
Right,
He turning the
right.
real Prince.
Game blouses.
asking for pancakes and grapes after he torched y'all.
Getting served up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, on that note,
Yeah,
On
that's my favorite though.
yeah, on that note,
Right. So
So shout out to the Jerry curl ass nigga. What up?
Shout out, shout out, shout out, Jerry Curl. Hope you don't have PTSD from DJ singing Purple Rain to you. Hope you can enjoy Prince. I hope you can. I hope you can enjoy Prince. I hope you can enjoy Prince. If not, go ahead and purify yourselves in the water of Lake Minnetonka if you can. But that being said, go ahead. Let us know which
run Computer Blue.
Yeah, and run Computer Blue. So I said that, but before I wrap it up, I was watching Purple Rain like a month ago. I flipped to it because it was on TV. It was on the part where he told her to purify yourselves in the waters of the lake, but it was like right. I was so hyped. But on that note, let us know who you guys think had the best top 5. Go ahead, subscribe, follow us on all of our platforms. I'll say it again: Twitter at the RNS Podcast, Instagram RNS.podcast. So we're gonna be once we drop this. Stay tuned for Sunday. We're gonna drop the Super Bowl edition for the next episode. So make sure you guys go ahead, check this one out, and be on the lookout Super Bowl Sunday for the RNS Super Bowl special. So
we told you we wouldn't stop. I told you we wouldn't stop.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
It got real quiet. It's like, oh, okay.
Shout out Dave Chappelle, man. Shout out Dave Chappelle. A lot of good.
You go see. Y'all go hear a lot of.
There's gonna be a lot of Dave Chappelle references on this show. But on that note, y'all have a good one. Stay tuned for the Super Bowl special.
Please.
Y'all have anything? Y'all have any more plugs? You guys need to
share, comment, like, subscribe, and RIP
follow
to the
that
great
shit.
Sissy
Share
Tyson.
that shit.
Yeah,
Comment
you
that
know,
shit.
RNS.podcast on Instagram and RNS podcast on Twitter, man. You know, follow, subscribe, man.
And purify yourselves in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. We out.
Facts.
We out
Peace,
this
y'all.
thing.